hopefully this is working out. Alright, let's see. I hope people are getting the notification and my nose is starting to itch. Okay. Let me see. Alright. Okay, on my end it says that it has gone live, so we shall see if that is true. Ah, my lord. Oh, goodness gracious. Work crap. Okay. 7, send. Alright. Yay! Okay, it's working. I'm like, going back and forth between the two screens. Michelle Beaneman, hello. Grounded Fire, the Conscious Revolution Tarot, hello. Glad that y'all are here. Hi. I am doing. There's so much. Oh, man. I hope that y'all are doing well. Not sure how many people are going to be able to join today, but we will hang out for a little bit here and just kind of see where today goes. What have y'all been up to in this end of August, pretty much? Holy crap. Somehow we've made it to the end of another month. Wild. Candy V, hello. Yeah, see, I said wild, and now I'm looking down and seeing Grounded Fire. You've said wild too. Wild energy lately. Yeah. What the hell? Today in particular has been insane. My God. My hair, I can tell, is doing some really weird poofy things that look almost like 70s bouffant, and I'm not really about it. So let me see if I can tighten the... Well, I'm trying to tighten my things, but I'm doing it without a mirror, so it's all collapsing. Oh, wait, I'm a millennial. I have to have something in front of my ear, though. It's like the sacred hair code for millennials. You have to have it. Allison Crossgrove, hello. Or I just put another R in your name. Cosgrove, sorry. I'm like, Crossgrove? That's not your name. Sorry. Natalie, hello. Been a minute since you've seen me. I know. It's been a minute since I've seen you. Happy to have you here. Happy to see ya. I have your name on my whiteboard over here for some reason. Why did I do that? Let me see. Oh, yeah. I put your name on my whiteboard like a long time ago whenever I was, for whatever reason. I don't even know what you said. So, because it's been a minute. But because I was like, oh, I need to make a B-roll of nothing but like puppy shenanigans and Bodhi carrying his fox down the stairs and shit like that. And I was like, and when I do that, I need to say something to Natalie about it. I don't know why. You might have said something about that at some point and gave me the idea that I needed to do a video like that and mention you in it. And then it's been on my whiteboard for a very long time because I have not gotten just B-rolls together or Bodhi doing his little puppy shenanigans or stuff like that. It was something specifically about Bodhi. I don't remember. This is pitiful, but it was something like that. Oh man. I wish I could remember the whole thing so I wasn't just telling you like a half a story in a weird way that might or might not make sense. Michelle says, I moved from New Jersey back to Texas. That has been an experience. I bet it has. First of all, completely catty corner across the United States. Second of all, from like kind of blunt, direct, and cooler weather to like roasty toasty talk around, beat around the bush, like it's just a strange kind of thing. That's funny. Let's see. Grounded Fire says, can't believe summer is almost over. Yeah, I feel like time is sped up in general. It's weird. Somebody even asked me about, let me find this on my phone, because somebody even had suggested this as a potential video topic. Now that you said that. Yeah, I have a comment here on one of the videos from someone from LilyFee3132 that says, hey B, thanks for the video. Maybe you can also do a reading on the topic of if time has sped up. It seems that everything goes by faster than usual. Many people tell about that, and I feel the same. I would like to know about that. So you're not the only one saying that, Grounded Fire. It seems like a lot of people will validate your experience in that. So interesting. Might be looking into that weird time speeding up thing at some point in the future. Natalie, a Reiki session. Yeah, we could do a Reiki session soon. Absolutely. Whenever you're ready, you know how to reach me on my website. Hello, Marie. Hello. You make it worth it. Hi. And Allison's like, welcome back to Texas. We're having a mild summer here. So yes, Michelle, you are being welcomed back to Texas. You said yes with 6 kids and 4 animals while hubby drove the moving truck. Oh my gosh. Michelle. Oh, man. Carla Shropshire, hello. And Grounded Fire's like, yes, the video would be awesome. My guidance has been yes, but I'd love to know more. Yeah, see? Okay, so several of y'all are saying that about time. Very, very interesting indeed. Oh, man. I feel like there's something with time, too, because I know that I've had some of my readings talk about some sort of accelerated movement or things accelerating or manifesting faster than usual or something. I've had, I want to say, over a year, some of my videos have said those kinds of things. Some of the readings have hinted at that. So I think y'all are onto something when y'all are saying that. Susie Q926, hello. You're like, well, good afternoon. Well, good afternoon to you, ma'am. Let's see. Taylor Swift is engaged. Oh, really? Well, congratulations to her. This is a positive thing, right? Like, I mean, most times when people are engaged, people are like, oh, wow, congratulations, that's great. But I know sometimes people know things that I don't know, and they're all like, oh, no, something, so-and-so deserves better, or this or that, or, there's things. I don't know if this is one that, like, Swifties, right, is what you call the people who are really into Taylor Swift. I don't know if this is something that they're super stoked about or how they feel about it, so y'all have to let me know. I like her music. I just wouldn't necessarily consider myself, like one of the fan group types. Let's see. And I also suck at following celebrity drama or celebrity congratulations and successes either, like just celebrity stuff in general. I learn mostly from y'all. So Sarah with an H, hello. Yay. What are y'all thinking about today in terms of hanging out, mini readings, just chatting? Sarah with an H says it's positive. I think she was recently on his podcast and they were cute. Aw. Oh, good. And Grounded Fire says that to you seems like a good match. You don't follow that closely, but seems like a good match. Well, good. I mean, I'm excited. If that's a good match, then hell yeah. I'm all for people finding finding people that match them well and, you know, make their lives happier and more fulfilled and all of that. Good on them. Good on them. A reading on her engagement? Okay, that's a possibility. I've had that one, and then people bringing up this idea of like time going faster and stuff like that, and looking into that. Natalie's like, I'm watching this live from work. Don't let me get you in trouble. Don't you let me get you in trouble. You make it worth it. It's like, they seem pretty cute. Well, good. Very good. Oh, well, that's exciting. Nice. I'm sure people are going to have some jokes about it because I've seen some memes or heard some jokes about, like, you know, she's got to keep going through bad relationships because that's how she makes good songs, you know, like writing about failed relationships or people that treated her wrong, or, you know, getting her power back after something bad or things like that. So we'll see how this does or doesn't affect her music or her career. I'm sure with her being as big as she is, with as much of a fandom and following as she has, and with a lot of talent, then sure she'll be fine, you know? And yeah, so Sarah with an H is saying, yeah, he's different than her usual type. Well, that's a good thing then, because I've heard that she's not had such great luck with relationships in the past, and so this is a good thing. It's always nice whenever we get out of some of our relationship ruts and find something better. Speaking from experience. Man. Oh gosh, I am tired. I'm sorry to be yawning. I am not bored of this. I'm having fun with this. I'm grateful for this, but I keep yawning because I am tired. I haven't had good sleep for a few days. Been having to wake up early for some stuff, and, you know, just trying to get a lot of things done, and I will try to go to bed earlier tonight. You know how that goes when you're like, oh, wow, I keep yawning all day. I'm going to try to do better and go to bed early. And then you find yourself like scrolling at like, you know, midnight or something, being like, I will just after I finish researching this one thing, or just after I finish reading the rest of these Amazon reviews, or, you know, I just got to catch up on this before I can crash out, or I got to get my mind to shut off first, or, you know, whatever else, you know, ridiculous excuses. That's me. You Make It Worth It says, maybe something about Newsom getting under Trump's skin by doing exactly what he's been doing. I'm really enjoying all the memes. Oh, I haven't heard about this. This is interesting. So they've got some beef going on here, or some weird similarities or something going on here. I haven't seen the memes. Man, where have I been? Have I been under a rock? Possibly. I've just been busy as hell. I want to be more tuned in. It's like being busy is not necessarily a bad thing. You know, I'm grateful that there's like work to be busy for and stuff like that. But also, it causes me to miss some of these little things like this. And then when y'all are saying it, I get FOMO. I'm like, what? I've been missing stuff. Okay, so that's another possibility. There's some things to look into. Gosh, for the yawns, I gotta get over this. Yeah, Sarah with an H is like, sleep is a commodity that doesn't exist in my life as much as it needs to. Yeah, a lot of us could do better with sleep than what we do. There's not as many people as you would think to say like, oh yeah, I've got great sleep hygiene. You know, I make sure I'm in bed at this certain early time every night, like clockwork, you know, I've got great sleep. I sleep enough hours, and it's quality sleep when I do. Like, I don't hear that a whole lot from people. So I know I'm not the only one in that boat, but I know I do try to do better. I've just kind of, it's been, oh, sorry, Penelope. I've been all over the place this week. So let's see. Man, there are so many things to look into as possibilities today. And so Like, my brain wants to look into all of them, but I know that we do mini readings on these live streams, and so I know I need to like pick one or two that I can do in just mini reading form, because also some of these things could easily turn into full videos. Let's see. It might be a good mini reading idea, like y'all said, if I did like a very quick Taylor Swift engagement thing, because if I were to do a full video on that, that could potentially accidentally get a little invasive, which is, you know, certainly don't want to do that or be like that. And, you know, and maybe it could be done in a way that's fine and tasteful. They're two public figures and you just do kind of a public scale type reading on it. But maybe a mini reading would help things to stay surfacey enough to just kind of do a quick little surfacey read of it without, you know, it getting too intense or, you know what I mean? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? So I might do that, and then the time thing might be able to be a mini reading as well. I bet there's a way to do that mini too. So I'm thinking I might be able to squeeze in both of those as minis. I say that, then who knows where it's gonna go, but I say that with the best of intentions. You make it worth it. It's like so true, probably about the sleep thing. And yeah, Sarah with an H talking about the Taylor thing and possibly it being could be a bigger reading. Heather Marie says that she's voting for the time thing. So yeah, how about this? Let me pull up, where's my cards? Wow. Do I look tiny over there? I'm going to pull up the regular cards. I'm going to pull up this. I don't want to have to fix that other thing today. Whatever happened there, I'm not fixing it today. That's going to be another day, another time to fix that. Was that a glitch? Let me go back to that. Let me see if I go back to that, if that'll do that again. Sure enough. Look at all that. I'm not fixing that right now. I'm not fixing that. That's my live stream cards view. Nope. We're going to go to the cards view that I use when I record videos. And we're just going to use that. So, let's just see. Let's just see. See if we can do some little minis here. Just see where it goes. If something happens, like, you know, there's been times in the past where I thought something could be a mini reading, and it kind of did do a mini reading, but then it, like, just finding a little bit of answers gave us even more questions, and then we ended up doing a broader video on it. That's happened, like, more times than I can count here. So if that happens again, no problems. We'll just add it to the list to do a more expansive video if that were to happen. So we'll see what we can do with what we got here. Let's see. Alrighty, so as I'm shuffling up, as always, I'm going to do my little spiel of spirit guides, angels, archangels, light beings surrounding me now, spirit of Gaia and my higher self. Please assist me in the sacred co-creative process of pulling cards for the highest good of all sentient kind. Please help me to read the most accurate cards in the most accurate ways for the highest good of all. Thank you. I love you. Please protect us in this and help us to vibrate higher and higher to stay in full attunement. Let's see. So, brief mini read so far on Taylor Swift's engagement. Just whatever we're allowed to know about the kind of public figures kind of putting their engagement out there. Whatever we're allowed to know. Nothing, too crazy here. Let's just see what comes up here. Okay. So from what they're showing here, these are mostly good cards. There's like a little bit of a blip here with the first one, but overall, these are some good cards, as I'm sure most of you are aware from seeing my videos and stuff. So the positive here, I do see them as being a good match. Taylor and I'm so sorry, I don't know the fiance's name. I know he's like a sports player. I think like one of the NFL people or whatever. I know that. I don't remember his name. Sorry. But I do see them as being well matched here. And so it's good to see the Lovers card upright. That is certainly something you'd want to see in like a love reading or something. So that's positive for the two of them. And with the Knight of Pentacles upright, that's another positive, that's slow and steady wins the race. That's take your time, get your ducks in a row, make it work. That's good as well. So both of these things bode well for a relationship and an engagement. The potential moment here is that we have a reverse Temperance card, and sometimes this means that timing can be not on their side, and that trying to keep things in proper balance can go against them. So it would make me think that there could be some issues within their engagement that could lead to, maybe delays in their plans. So let's say, there were some wedding plans or something and things got pushed back or delayed, or they had to scramble, to get certain things done on time or stuff like that. There could be some, issues or things like that there. There can also be some issues where, things could come up for one or both of them that ends up being like, this is a bad time for that to come up, because now this is going to affect the engagement, or this is going to affect wedding planning or things like that. So, and I'm not putting these things out there because of wanting to put these things out there. I'm just using these as an example, okay? But as an example, if someone very close to you passes away while you're trying to, make plans or get things ready, that's a problem. If you get into some sort of big legal trouble while you're trying to get plans together, that's a problem. If something happens with your health while you're trying to get things together, that's a problem. So, it's also a potential that there could be some things that happen that it's like, what bad timing on this, it's kind of getting in the way here. It's cramping things a bit. So there's some things like that could happen that could put stressors on the relationship. And as we know, even if you are well matched, if you have stressors in a relationship, even well matched people can struggle with that. Even well matched people could have to take a time out or something, or have to go back to the drawing board, or have to, do a little bit of a little couples reset, or, maybe get some advice from premarital counseling or stuff like that. Those kinds of things can happen to even, strong relationships. So I do see this as being something that's kind of getting in the way a little bit here, but overall, these two cards are very positive and bodes well for them, and certainly happy to see an upright Lovers card. I mean, seriously, it's what you want to see in a relationship reading. So that's definitely a positive here. So in terms of mini reading, without going too deep or getting whatever into the weeds right now, this is what's showing for what we're allowed to know. And, all things considered, this is pretty good. So, okay then. Let me pull these up so that we can revisit the next one. But let me make sure I am checking what y'all are saying here in the comments. Where am I? Where am I? That is a good question. Okay. Well, first of all, I am, hello, Laura Luke. That is where I am to say hello, Laura Luke. Happy that you are here. Hello, Bella. Here from Sweden. Wow. It must be pretty late where you are then. All the way over there in Sweden. What are you like? Probably like 7 hours ahead of us, maybe? Right now, it's almost 6 p.m. Almost 6 p.m. my time, Eastern time here. Are you like close to midnight or something over there? Let's see. Iona 95, hello. Yeah, people are saying I'm happy for them. That's good. Awesome. Let's see. Sarah with an H says that the engagement might help promote the new album. You Make It Worth It says, yeah, that could be a little bit of record promotion too. So that could be a part of the timing, like choosing this timing because it's a twofer. We were wanting to get engaged anyway. Why not make it, a double and add to our benefit here? That's possible. Sarah with an H is saying the positive is that he's super supportive of her work. No, that's good. That's very good. Yeah, Bella's like, yeah, 23:49 now. Haha, so close to midnight. Yes, very close to midnight. I was wondering, I was like, hold on. Sweden. I'm like, okay. I know the UK is 5 hours ahead of where I'm sitting. I know Sweden is beyond the UK. I was like, okay, so add another time zone two to that. Maybe 3. Doubt, I was like, okay, hold on. There you go. And Bella says, I was wondering if you could do a checkup reading on Britney Spears and how she is after the conservatorship ended and all the media shit talking about her. I know a lot of people are worried. People are worried about Britney again? I knew they were worried, and then I knew the conservatorship ended, and I heard everybody was like, yay, go Britney, all of that. I didn't know people are worried again. Oh, hell. Man. Valley Girl, hello. You made it. We just did a brief little mini read with 3 cards on apparently Taylor Swift got engaged. I just learned today from y'all in the comments. So we did a quick little non-invasive 3-card mini read on that. And we might also look into something about time, although Sarah with an H says that might be a bigger reading, like kind of a long video type of reading, which maybe it would be. So we'll think about if maybe we can do that in a short form. I think the Britney Spears thing we could probably do in a mini reading, though. We could do that one pretty quick as like, a 3-card catch up. So it kind of seems like it would be on the same page. We're talking about celebrities with Taylor Swift, a singer like her, and now we're at a singer and performer of Britney Spears as well. So let's squeeze that one in real quick. Just because I bet I could get a little mini read on that one pretty quickly here. So yeah, Spirit Guides, whatever we can know about Britney Spears now that the conservatorship is ended, and there are apparently people who are worried about her, and just kind of a quick check-in to see how she's doing. So let's see. Okay, well, we'll take that one since it fell out. Okay, well, I'm like, I could do that one quick. We just did the Taylor one really quick. The Taylor one was a nice little breeze. We did that one very quick. And then this just happened. So can we see the difference between the 3 cards we just got for Taylor Swift's engagement versus the 3 cards we just got for how Britney Spears is doing? I can see why people would be worried. Truth be told, I can see why people would be worried. I'm kind of worried about what I see here. And I don't know what in the hell's happened with Britney Spears since she got through with her conservatorship. I thought, we were all celebrating, and this is like, okay, go her, you go girl, you're finally got your independence and yada, yada, yada. But oof, This is things not working out very well, like falling apart. This is like really trying to figure out how to get what she wants, but not knowing how to get her needs met, like healthfully and effectively and well. And the Tower card suggests she's in a bit of a tower moment. And we know what tower moments are like, you know? The tower's crumbling down. There's a lot of change. Transformation is needed, but how do you build a different tower, a new tower to get into? So, this is kind of a little bit rough. This would suggest that there's some real challenges going on for her. So this to me looks like a lot of struggle. The thing that they're putting in my head, and I don't know if this is a fair thing to say, but I say what I see, and this is the example they're putting in my head. But they're putting in my head, like, let's say, and again, I know this is harsh, I'm just saying it, okay? But they're putting in my head like how if somebody was, say, arrested and sent to prison when they were pretty young, and then they lived in prison like their whole lives, and then they were released on parole as an elderly person, and they came out and the world is a whole different place and they don't know what to do and how to do it. And, you know, they're gullible and they're naive and they're scared and they lack certain important skills that they need, and they don't know how to access the right resources in the right way, and they don't know who to trust, and they don't know what to do, and they didn't like prison, but it was at least, you know, what they understood and they knew, and now this is too much. They're giving me that kind of a vibe here. So I don't know how, like I said, I haven't been following her. I haven't seen, you know, what she has said or done since the conservatorship ended. I don't even remember how long ago that was. I feel like it was fairly recent, like maybe a year or something ago. But this isn't looking good. It feels kind of like out of the frying pan into the fire kind of thing. Like, okay, great. We got out of one problem. Now we're in a new problem. So the problem just changed faces and names, but we're still having problems. You know, it's like if somebody got out of a bad relationship and went into another different bad relationship, and it's like, okay, that wasn't much of a facelift on your life there. So if that is what's happening, I could see why people would be worried, because that's what they're showing me here. Let me see if y'all have written anything in the comments. Let's see. Valley Girl says, yes, I made it. Sarah with an H says, time does not exist. It's kind of a spiritual joke in some spiritual communities. Wondering if they will find Emmanuel. No, it's a bit depressing though, Valley Girl says. I feel like I saw something about that. I have no idea what it is, but I feel like I've seen a headline with that name. Bella says she's allegedly under a sealed care plan, and people are speculating of her team using AI filters pretending to be Britney in videos, and the list goes on. Oh, God. And Jennifer T, first of all, hello, welcome. But you said, I'm so worried about Britney. Her latest videos have been concerning. Well, damn. I can see why people would be worried seeing this here. I mean, I just did a fast Taylor Swift thing, and it came out pretty much, you know, mostly positive, 2/3 of the way positive. So I was like, okay, we could do this quick. And, you know, it's kind of quick. It's just not a feel-good thing to see. It is what it is. We read on it. We're seeing it. But I will say I can understand fans' concerns. And now I am also concerned when I didn't have Britney Spears on my mind at all. And now she is on my mind, and I am also concerned. This does look not so good. She does, to me, look kind of vulnerable here from these cards. So, oh man, that might one day turn into a bigger reading. That might be one of those things that'll turn into a bigger reading at some point, because I bet people could come up with further questions to look into on that. Like if there were other questions, to follow up with, like how you were saying, Bella, are there people using AI to pretend to be Britney? Are there things that, bad things or unhealthy things going on in her sealed care plan? There's probably like questions like that could expand this into like a bigger, broader reading. So I don't know if that would be a reading worth doing someday, but it's possible that could be kind of a full reading, because dang, these cards were kind of intense for a mini reading. Sarah with an H says she's been vulnerable for a very long time. I could see that. That would make sense to me. Damn. All right, spirit guide, sending prayers up to Britney Spears. Bless her heart, my heavens. Goodness. Let's see. While I shuffle up here, let's see what else y'all say here. Just reading the comments. I'm going to take a sip of water. TP, hello. What'd you miss? We did 2 mini readings. I think we have time for another one. But we did 2 mini readings. One on Taylor Swift's engagement, and just now on Britney Spears. And quite a few people here voted for the idea of doing a mini reading on a time thing. So I'm probably going to see if I can do a mini reading on that. It's possible we might end up with a longer reading on Britney Spears one day, because that one kind of looked a little bit like, intense. And we might end up with a longer reading on the time thing. Some folks in the chat think that might be a bit of a broad reading, so we'll see. But first of all, let's see. Someone just come in? Yes, Ari, you just came in. Hello. The time thing, for people who didn't hear what others had suggested before, is first of all, in here, in the room with us now, Grounded Fire Tarot said, can't believe summer is almost over. I feel like time has sped up in general. And after reading that, I was like, interesting that you say that, because Lilyfee 3132 had written a comment, and I had screenshotted it and circled it so that I could take it as a video consideration. Wrote, "Hey B, thanks for the video. Maybe you can also do a reading on the topic of if time has sped up. It seems that everything goes by faster than usual. Many people tell about that, and I feel the same. I would like to know about that." So we might do a little mini reading on that, see if we can keep that mini, or if that ends up kind of extending. Don't know, but just touching on that and seeing what's with that, especially because, like I was saying earlier, some of my previous videos, like over the last year or more, have said similar things about accelerated timelines or manifesting in an accelerated way or stuff like that. And it's like, what is going on? Tia Camila, hola, hello to you. It's like my brain wanted to say hello to you, like I say to everybody, but I also wanted to say hola back. And so I was like, okay, hold on. Brain, pick one. Are you going to say hola, or are you going to say hello to you like I do to other people? And my brain got tripped up and didn't know which one to say, so it didn't really say either of them. Fumbled over that. But happy you're here. Welcome. I'm glad to see you. Oh, man. Let's see. So, let's see about this idea of time. That it is seeming like time is sped up. It's seeming like things are going faster than usual. Like, what is that about that time feels faster or different or something? Like, is there something about that we can know? All right. What an interesting ass set of cards here. Oh, man. Okay. So, in other words, there's a mixed bag of reasons as to why we are feeling like this is happening. Some of those reasons are good. I'm going to put, because good or bad is kind of relative depending on how you look at it. So I'm going to air quote that, good. Some of the reasons are, air quote, bad, of why we have this sense of time speeding up. But it's a mixed bag of this. With the kind of good and bad here, again, air quoting, they're feeling like, man, like there's so many different like adages or cliches going through my head right now, and I'm trying to just get it to pick one because there's several. So like on the positive hand, it's like, oh, if a lot of people are having fun in summer, time always seems to go fast when you're having fun. Time flies when you're having fun. Like, so for any of the good times of summer or things like that, those things can make it feel like time is going faster. But with this kind of a negative, like more unhealthy or toxic, it's like similarly, there's a lot of heaviness going on right now, a lot of negativity going on right now, a lot of things like that. And it almost feels like, for lack of a better way of putting it, almost like a time suck or something. Now, I don't know how to explain this or how this would even work, because there's something to this that does not make sense from my brain and human point of view. But since, as Sarah with an H pointed out, in a lot of, if we're talking about beyond just our little lifetimes in this world and whatever, time doesn't exist. Time isn't actually real. It's just real here. This is kind of feeling like if there's some sort of like spiritual influence or something that can affect how we perceive time, that is like abstract and nuanced in some kind of weird and negative way. And I don't even know how I would explain that. Like literally the picture in my head. And so this is why it's not making sense to me, because literally the picture in my head is like if there's, a black hole and things are getting sucked into the black hole. It feels kind of like that. It almost feels, and like when you see the Harry Potter movies of like the Dementors that are like sucking all the life out of people or something and feeding off of that. Those are like the pictures that I'm getting in my mind. So I don't really know what that means, how to explain that, because I don't think it's something that we have like words for or concepts about. So there's some kind of a, like in a spiritual sense, some kind of an influence that can do things like that, and it can affect our perception of time and events and happenings and things like that. So I wish I knew how to understand that, but I don't. I feel like that's one of those things that you have to like croak and get all the answers of the universe to find out what that means, like how to conceptualize it, because it's almost like if we were looking at, 3-year-old who's just babbling and talking and saying little things here and there, and they don't have a lot of big concepts of things, and we started trying to talk to them about the concepts involved in, like, metaphysics and this and that, and they'd be like, what, like they'd be doing little toddler things like, okay, sounds cool, bye, whatever things like little toddlers would say to that. You just don't introduce those concepts to toddlers because they're not equipped to handle that. I feel like whatever this is a little bit beyond what I would be equipped to handle. It's like the guides are trying to tell me, but I am the toddler in this thing. So there's something like that. And I feel like there's more. I feel like this is just their place markers of being like, this is a big mixed bag. There's a lot of things to this time question. The time question is so much more nuanced, but suffice it to say, there are quote unquote good things and quote unquote not so good things that have to do with this. And there's a litany of them, and these were just a couple that they brought to mind, probably because they know I'm trying to do a mini reading, and so they're trying to give me just a couple. But it seems like there's a lot of influences going on that we don't have an understanding of that can make time seem accelerated. Anything else on this? Just trying to see if we can. Okay, a messenger card and an emotions card. Yeah, a messenger card, an emotions card, and a like traveling across type card, voyage card. So this feels like, how do I put this? Okay. This is the best I've got. There's so many things whirling around in my head right now, so just trying to pick it all out and make it make sense, I'm going to try my best. So I'm going to have to kind of like back up and come at it this way. You know how you hear stories about or hear people say things like, when I had a near-death experience, I came across these beings, and I know that we were communicating, but we weren't communicating through words. We were just communicating through like thoughts and feelings. And if I thought and felt something, instantly they understood it and transmitted something back to me. And if I thought or felt I want to be back in my body, then instantly I was back in my body before I could even process that I thought or felt that. That kind of a thing where people are saying when you're no longer in your body, and I'm just going off of near-death experiences because that's what's put in my mind as a way to try to explain this that could make sense. But like people saying those things, so it's as if they're putting that, when you're not in your body anymore, you're outside of these human limitations like brains and minds and body and whatever, that all of that stuff happens instantaneously without words, without limits, and it happens in a way with like thoughts and feelings. Like that's what makes these things happen and manifest. And so it's kind of like what they're showing here is that everything is about the feelings, what they're messaging. It's like they're saying their message and how things are messaged or telegraphed is by the thoughts and the feelings and stuff like that, because that's the actual like building blocks of how these things happen. And so as we are journeying through what we feel is time, because in our 3D experience here on this earth, we have time. As we're journeying through time, all of these emotions and thoughts are making the journey feel faster because this is the language. So, oh God, I'm trying so hard here. So as an example, again, we have said and others have said that in these times, in these days, for whatever reason, the veil is very thin. So if the veil is very thin between, this world and the next, or this world and the universe, or whatever, this world and spirit or source energy, then our thoughts and our feelings would be able to be more permeable, to transmit between the two so much faster and easier, and just manifest faster and easier. And so if they're being able to transmit back and forth or permeate back and forth faster and easier because of the thin veil, then they're making things happen more instantaneously, just like it would if we were on the other side without the body limitation. And so that kind of a thing is somewhat happening over here, and it's making the journey like develop faster or quicker, or what to us would seem like faster and quicker, because it's happening more like the timeline that they would experience across the veil than this timeline. Is this making sense? My God, I'm really trying to make this make sense. I've got the pictures in my mind of what they're trying to show and say, but I feel like the more I talk to try to describe what they're giving me, the more convoluted it sounds. I don't know if this makes sense, but I'm trying to make it make sense. It's like, because we are so close, the veil is so thin, and we are so close, we can sense things on the other side easier, we can pick up messages from the other side easier, so we can function in the ways that the other side functions easier. And if the other side is able to instantaneously think a thought or feel a feeling, and boom, then it is, because you thought it and you felt it, so it is. Then that means over here, now that the veil is thinner, when we're thinking or feeling something, it is much faster than it would have been in the past. Maybe in the past, people would have had to really think about things and marinate on things and all of that before it would finally start turning the cogs and start developing and manifesting. But nowadays, we don't have to wait that long. It is able to happen and manifest quicker, and because of that manifestation process appearing more closely to like it is on the other side than usual, that makes us feel like time is going faster. But it's not actually time going faster. It's the manifestations and things being more instantaneous and developing more instantaneous, because that's how it would be more like on the other side, and we're closer to the other side because the veil is thinner. I hope that makes sense. That's the best I got right now with the words I have. So it is an illusion, but it gives us that sense. What we're actually picking up on is not a speeding up of time, but a more true to form manifestation cycle and ability, because of the thin veil and the ascension level that our collective has made it to compared to the past. Man, I'm going to read your comments because I hope I'm making sense. Didn't mean to do some brain busting on a damn Tuesday afternoon. Hell. Let's see. Where was I? So, okay, where am I? I always am like, where am I? And then I'm like, where am I? There you go. Sarah with an H. Time flies when you're having fun, but also time flies when there's too much to do and too much going on. Yes. Jennifer T says, yeah, time is flying. Sarah with an H says, the time is now. Spitting facts. I understand what you're saying, B. The human brain and body can't compute or comprehend. Yeah. Laura Luke says, your last psychic message about our future was eye-opening. Good one. Glad that was helpful to you. It's helpful to me too. I was like, oh shit. Florence 2693. Hello, hello. Greetings from Germany. Awesome. That means that it's late over there for you too. I understand if maybe you get tired and need to sleep. Sarah Lynn H says telepathy. You're talking about telepathy. Yeah. That kind of, you're transmitting the message. You're not speaking. Sarah Lynn H says profoundly deep stuff. I'm highly spiritual and understand you on this. Okay, good. It's making sense at least to one person. Valley Girl says I felt floating during Reiki. Felt like time did not exist. Wow. You got a really good bliss point during Reiki to get to that. That's amazing. I love that. Heather Marie says the telepathy thing is something people who have been abducted by aliens have said that's how the aliens communicate. Interesting. Valley Girl says it makes sense. I communicate with dogs without words. Hey, I get you. Cyril H says, Heather, I swear I experienced telepathy. Turned out that the individual had cast a spell on you and was in over their head. Wow. What the hell, people? People gotta be careful with these spells and stuff. Let's see. Heather Marie says, I've also heard recently that people have been communicating with others that way, that we're all capable. We've just got to hone in on it. You know what? I would not be surprised about that. Not doing personal readings, but first of all, hello, K-Talks. But not, yeah, we're doing mini readings on non-personal stuff. We're doing our third one right now. We did 2 other ones, and now we're on number 3. This might be the last one we do because we have been live for 5555. At the time of looking up, we had been live for 5555, which is hilarious because as an angel number, that's talking about wow, buckle up. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And we're literally just talking about that in this reading. So holy cow with the synchronicity there. Wow. So Sarah says it makes sense. Yep. Let's see. I know it's been a minute since we got to talk. Kay, I hope everything is doing well. And Mommydom is treating you right and all of that kind of stuff. Yes. And everything going okay with Skylar. Valley Girl says, I get where you're going. Okay. And yeah, look up the angel number. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, it is that. Let me show you. Because it's such a cool little synchronicity about things, it's a lot, but it's there's good things coming and stuff like that. So let me pull that up. 555. Where is it at? Yeah. Major changes and significant transformations are here for you. You have an opportunity to break out of the chrysalis and uncover the amazing life you truly deserve. And then 55, because that was 555, but I'm also going to show you 55 since we saw 55. We saw 2 sets of it, a double 55. Then 55 says, buckle your seatbelt. See, I remembered that part. Buckle your seatbelt as you're going through or about to go through a major positive life change. It's time to let go of that which is no longer working and allow it to be healed or replaced with something better. I remember the buckle your seatbelt, and that's just exactly perfect for what we're talking about. So I just love the synchronicity. Oh, man. Hectic, but can't complain. Hear ya. Florence 2693, never too tired to catch up on your live readings. Really enjoy it every time. Aw, well, that is very sweet and kind of you. And very glad that you are here and have been able to make it here today, especially when it's at an inconvenient time for you. So that means a lot. I don't take that for granted. Susie Q926 says, my most important dreams contain telepathy. So, very curious. These have been some really cool, mini reads today. There's been a lot of things kind of coming up in all 3, honestly. So I feel like I've learned a lot just today. And I'm glad that we have this on video because I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget some of these concepts or how to describe it in my mind or try to understand it because it was kind of brain busting me while it was happening, while I was in channel. So I'm probably going to need to listen to it while I'm out of channel and kind of get it there. And so, yeah, I'm glad that we had that recorded. So that was a really good idea from the person who commented there, Lily Fee, and from y'all here as well. Bella says, by the way, I love Penelope's green eyeshadow. She ate that. I know, man. I put on a green eyeshadow to match my little velvet shirt. Me and velvet. I know. I got a problem with velvets and stuff. I know I wore a velvet blazer, a pink one or purplish kind of fuchsia color in one of my recent videos, and now here I got another velvet shirt. I'm a velvet whore. I can't help it. So yes, I made her match Mama. You ate that, girl. Look at you, Penelope. She thanks you for the compliment, Bella. So, wow. Man, there's been a lot of good with these. Y'all had some good ideas today. I'm glad that we were able to check into these. Ooh, I almost forgot. We have to do our little giveaway, too. I'm glad that I didn't start, like, calming down and wrapping things up without doing that. Let me move back over here. So, let me pull that up and see if YouTube's going to let me do it. It usually does. I haven't had an issue where YouTube hasn't let me do the giveaway, but I hate the idea of being like, let's do the giveaway. It happens every time. And then, like, it be the one time that YouTube decides it's either going to glitch or, oh, we don't do that no more or something like that. Maybe like, I overpromised to people. I don't ever want to do that. So let me just make sure. Yes, I have 5 memberships that I can send. Yay. Yay. Natalie says, crazy reading. I agree. Honestly, we had the Taylor Swift one was the only one that didn't get kind of crazy. Britney Spears and Time both got crazy. Yeah. God. Man. So, let's see. We're going to do the membership gifting. So I will click the send 5 now button and we will see who wins a free month membership into the Perk Squad. And so let's just dip into that right now. Let's see. Drum roll. Let me click the button over here. I didn't do the whole thing about opting in today. I hope everybody's opted in. I'm sorry I forgot to say that. I'm just now realizing it, but I clicked the button. So let's see who gets chosen. So congratulations to Joanna Smith, and congratulations to Cat Mama and Valerie Nelson, Laura Bondurant. I don't want to say your name now. But Laura, congratulations to you. And Blake Tisdale, congratulations to you. So all 5 of you, congratulations and welcome to the Perk Squad. Happy to have you here for the entire month. So y'all will get a full month free of Perk Squad membership. Congratulations, Joanna Smith, Cat Mama, Valerie Nelson, Laura Bondurant, and Blake Tisdale. So I'm sorry. Yeah, and for next time, good. Thank you for asking, LS, and I apologize that I didn't say it this time. I've literally said it every single time, and I forgot this time. I got distracted over all the readings and got hype about not wanting to forget to do the giveaway, which is good. I didn't forget to do the giveaway, but then I forgot to tell about the giveaway. So how you opt in is you go to like my profile page or whatever, no, wait, you don't have to do that. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let me get my shit together before I start speaking. I've got you, LS. I'm just trying to get my shit together before I start talking. Okay. The join button or the link in the description box. Wherever you can find that. You can find the link in the description box. You can find the join button under videos. You can go to my profile, as I was just saying, and find the join button there. Anywhere that you can see the join button or the link. You click on that, and there will be 3 dots that, how you click 3 dots because it means click here for more kind of thing. You click those 3 dots and there will be a gift settings tab that you want to click on, because there's a toggle switch that you need to turn on to allow gifts, allow gifting and gifted memberships and stuff like that. So, the join button, the 3 dots for more, gift settings, and toggle your switch on so that you can opt in to allow gifts. And that way next time, as long as YouTube keeps letting me do it, I'm going to keep doing it. So far, knock on wood, YouTube has been letting me do 5 every time we go live, and we go live every other week, basically, because we go live the 2nd Friday of every month and the 4th Tuesday of every month. And so it chooses 5 winners every time so far. So as long as it keeps letting me do it, we'll keep doing it. So if you just make sure you're opted in, and anybody else that's not sure you're opted in, go follow that. Make sure you're opted in. That way, in future live streams, you have the opportunity to be selected by YouTube's whatever they use that selects people. So yes, thank you for that question, LS. And hello to the live stream. Thank you for that. So let's see. Folks have been congratulating people. Yay. LS says, thank you, B. Love you, mean it. Love you, mean it back, of course. He said, this is the first time I've been able to catch a live. Oh, I'm glad that you've been able to catch a live. You look forward to the next time. Thank you. Yes, I look forward to it too. I'm glad that you got to catch today. It's awesome. Very cool. And yeah, thank all of y'all for being here. I never know who can or can't catch a live when. And there's some people over here. We've got Sweden, we've got Germany, people who it's late now and they still caught the live. And so that I'm just like, oh gosh, people at any time zone, like people in my time zone are catching a live when it's freaking 6:30, which is like supper time for a lot of people, and yet you're here live. Or there's people that are in previous time zones in the US that are still at work, but they're catching a live. People that should be going to bed, but they're catching a live. That's really sweet of people. That's just so kind and thoughtful. That gives me the warm and fuzzies, and I really appreciate y'all for that. So thank y'all for being here. We had a great little medley of mini reads today. It's been good spending time with y'all as always. And next videos that'll be coming up, I guess, since today is the 26th, will be that we need to look into September predictions. So the September predictions videos will be on their way. And we'll see what the hell we've got for next month. So, and yeah, I can't believe it. It's been, I see Sarah H is like, wow, where'd the last hour and a half go? Exactly. We've been live for an hour and 10 minutes now. But yeah, basically an hour and a half since we were supposed to start going live. I was here a little late, go figure, got late. But thank y'all. Time does pass by real fast whenever we're hanging out. And apparently time passes by fast for a lot of different reasons we found out today. Good God. So yeah, awesome. I guess I'll catch y'all at the September predictions videos, and then on the next live stream, which will be, let me tell you when the next live stream will be. Let's see, second Tuesday of September is September 12th. Second Friday of September is September 12th. So Friday, September 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So Friday, September 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time is our next scheduled live stream. So mark it down, put it in your little phone calendar. That's what I do. I literally got them in my phone calendar. Live stream. So that I make sure I'm here and accounted for. But yeah, look forward to seeing y'all then, whoever can make it. And if you can't, no worries, no pressure. And big hugs to y'all. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Go to sleep, y'all, for y'all that might be tired tomorrow. And don't be a stranger. Come back and see me. I will talk at you later. Bye, love you. Bye, love you.